I hate to say it, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit burnt out on this eBay business. I have been working, I have a full-time job. I work there through Monday through Thursday. I have a lot of vacation time banked up, so I've been taking off Fridays for a while. And but I often go in on Saturdays or Sundays when there's some other special events going on. So ultimately it does basically even out to about 35 hours a week right now. It's going to be going back to a full-time 40 soon when these vacation hours run out. And then I come home from that job and I work basically an hour or an hour and a half a day on this eBay job. Then Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I'm putting as much in as I can. I'm basically dedicating those entire days to eBay. So it could be 8-hour day, could be a 12-hour day, could be a 18-hour day. I wake up and go out to source at garage sales or thrift stores or whatever. Then I'm coming home listing. Then I am shipping. So it is a lot of work. And I do have this goal. I'm trying to make $50,000 this year, and we're into late September now. So we're not that far away from the end of the year. And I feel like I need to do whatever I need to do to keep pushing this year to get this, to try to get as close to this goal as possible. I think it's pretty much an unreachable goal, but we'll see. Sales have been very good lately, which seems like it should be encouraging me to work harder. But this morning I woke up about 6 and it's 10:30 now and I just got out of bed. I've been just laying in bed, scrolling on my phone, messing around, thinking about how I need to get down here and do some work. But I finally did it. I'm down here. I did not pack up this pizza oven I was going to pack up last night, so I'm going to pack that this morning. I think there are 6 other orders, so I'm going to take care of those right away. I'm not going to film the pizza oven. It's too big and too cumbersome to film, but I'll film everything else. And then I'm going to, I made myself a to-do list. I've been trying this for the last week or two to put together a list. Like these are all things that absolutely need to get done today. So I've divided it up. Like here's things that have to be done today. Here's things that if I get to, then I'll feel good about it. And then things that are like, I probably won't get to these, but if I do, then great. Then I also have a separate list that's like, these are things that need to be done on an ongoing basis. So that's stuff like doing inventory audits, which I'm still trying to do at least a little bit every day. Get into the death pile closet, which I'm doing that some, but not as much as I would like. I need to plan and get this garage sale organized because I do have like a pretty huge pile of stuff in there that is not worth selling on eBay. There's no way I can sell it. I could just donate all of that and just be done with it, but the pile has gotten pretty big now and I don't feel like they would appreciate it also I don't want to carry all that stuff over there. And then there's just little odds and ends, things that need to get done related to the business. So today I'm going to just work on it a little bit at a time over the course of the day. Like I'm going to do this pizza oven right now. I'll probably take a break after that, come back a little bit later and do the packing of the other orders for today. And then come back after a little while and take some photos of the listings that are ready to go and then take a little break and start working on some other stuff. So I'm just going to keep going like that today. And hopefully, I think this might end up being a long video because I'm going to stretch it out over the course of 12 hours, probably, maybe more. So, all right, let's get going. I'm going to pack this pizza oven off camera and then I'll come back and pack the other orders that are going out, tell you about them. But yeah, I don't want to seem like I'm crying, don't feel bad for me. This is just, I just need a little bit of a break, I think. So I'm going to see how we feel at the end of the day and maybe slow things down a little bit, but probably not. I think I'll probably feel fine once I see how much closer we are to getting to that $50,000 goal. So, okay, that's it for now. Let's get some work done today, and then I'll be popping in and out all day long to tell you what I'm working on. So here we go. Okay, this pizza oven turned out quite a lot easier than I expected it to be because I found this box in the other room that's basically exactly the right size for this pizza oven. I just had to shorten it about 2 inches here, and then I had to fill with paper about 1 inch on this side. Everything else just fit in there perfectly. So It's a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. To ship this, let me see if I can still see this. To ship this by USPS would have been approximately, well, these numbers are not right. It was like $140 or something like that, which would take away all of my profit on this deal because I put a very low shipping cost to try to keep this thing competitive with other people selling it. But FedEx came in the clutch, and it's only like $24 to ship this FedEx. So it's going to Nebraska. Right now I'm going to take this, put it out in the car so that it's ready to go when I go to work in the morning, and I'll drop it off at the FedEx office there. And then I will come back and start packing up the rest of today's orders. All right, I pulled these 5 orders. I think 4 of them from yesterday and only 1 from today. I want to get these done quickly. Jessica wants to go to a lunch, and I'm ready to take a break. So let's just crank these out as fast as possible. I'm going to grab a few boxes I know I'll use. I think I'm going to need 12 by 12. I got them kind of all over the place, but I do have a pretty good idea of where they are. All right, first thing, is this going to fit? No, I need another one of those bigger ones, or a pre-owned, pre-used box if I had one, but I don't see one here. All right, this is a travel Scrabble crossword, or what do you call it? Scrabble game. It's not one in a style I've seen before. It's almost like color forms, like the letters just kind of stick to the board. It's kind of cool. I got this. I'm leaving the fan on, so if the noise is a little bit problematic, I apologize, but I need it today. I got this from I talked about this a lot, this estate sale, where they just wanted to sell the house, and so everything was free, just come and get it. And I found this set, and that somebody had been looking at it and dropped the pieces all over the place. So I did scrounge around on the floor a little bit, picking up these little tiny letter tiles. And then I found a second set in a different location. And both of them were incomplete, but I was able to put one complete set together by combining them. And it probably wasn't worth the effort. It's like $11 or $11.99 I think I sold it for. So probably not worth it. Scrabble. Let's move this. She's gonna come down here any second and yell at me. So we gotta move quickly. Okay, Scrabble, 14 ounces, under a pound is good. Let's go to the eBay app. Shoot, I thought it was open already. And we'll look at the ones they say to ship now. Scrabble is $11.99 plus shipping. Whoops, dang it, pressed the wrong thing. $11.99 plus shipping, and it's going to ST. All right, next. These, I hope these will fit in here, but they might not. This actually came from the same sale, all of these. They're like sweater, crocheting, and knitting, crafting books. I hope they're gonna fit in this box because I don't have a conveniently sized box ready for them. So I'm gonna put this together and then give it a shot. Now that it's together, yeah, they'll fit. Let's quickly wrap them so they don't slide around too much against each other. I'm not gonna go all out Christmas gift style, but just get this wrapped a little bit so that it hopefully will stay together. I might have used the stretch wrap, except I don't want to damage these books. They're not that valuable. I think it's $20 for 20 magazines, and I got them from that same estate sale, so these were all free. There was a huge bunch of like crafting magazines, and I took all of them and then just kind of allotted them up by ones that were similar style. I don't know if I sold any of those yet, or this is the first one. I really can't remember, but yeah, I took them all. Okay, there we go. Let's tape this. So I'm trying to go quickly, so if I don't talk about what I'm doing too much, it's gonna all get cut out, and we'll have like a nice choppy edit. Okay, crafts. I should have wrote sweaters. Almost 5 pounds. 13 by 11 by 3. This is gonna be probably kind of expensive to ship. NK in Georgia on the stack. Completed. We got a little guy here. I forget his name. Mummin. I didn't get a box for him. Will he fit? I just had a box here. He'll fit right in there. Of course, this has got a lot of labels that are going to need to be covered. And he's going to need a bag to go in, keep him safe. This didn't sell for too much either. I think $11. Oh, $13.49. I'm not sure where that came from. I usually put either 99 cents or even round number dollar amounts. So this must have been an offer that I don't remember sending. Okay, come on, Mummin. But he's going in the box. Probably doesn't need any paper, but he's gonna get it. And there's all of these stickers on here need to be covered. So this is slowing me down. The next one is gonna be a little bit slow too, I think, but we'll see. Okay, Mummin is gonna be very light, 10 ounces. How big's this? 777, and Mummin is going to PB in Indiana. What's next? Okay, next up, I was just thinking about, this is happening a lot lately, things I've been thinking I need to remove this and just throw it in the garbage, and then it sells a couple of days later. So I was just thinking about throwing these away. I mean, they're nice enough Pyrex. This one's nice. I could have sold this one individually, but this one has like a lot of pretty major chips all around the rim, and this would be the one that had the most value. Also, look, the bottom is so scraped up, but somebody bought it, and I'm happy that they did, even though I don't think it was a big sale. How much did I sell these for? 30 bucks. Not too bad. I'm gonna take it. I'm going to nest these together the best I can and figure out how to do that. So I just don't want these banging against each other and getting any more chips on them. So this guy needs tape. We were on vacation up near, it was a place called Illinois State Beach. It's in Zion, Illinois, kind of on the border, Wisconsin. And we were just driving around and crossed over the border and ended up, I told myself we're not going to be doing any garage sale stuff, but we drove by a garage sale sign and Jessica said, why don't we stop? And I wasn't going to stop because I don't want to interrupt our vacation with my own crazy desire to buy things and sell them. But yeah, she wanted to stop, so we stopped, and I got this there. She got a few puzzles and some other stuff too for herself. I think these were $1 a piece, or maybe one was $1.50 and one was 50 cents, but I paid $2 for them, and I didn't even look at them really. I just saw a Pyrex. I don't know if this is the modern Pyrex. I think the lowercase one is the vintage kind. I don't really know the difference. In any event, I didn't look at these at all until I got home and saw those chips all over them, and that was a little bit disappointing, because that's probably like a $50, $40 or $50 measuring cup if it didn't have those chips on it. All right, I did this. This is fine. I'm doing it upside down, but it doesn't really matter. I could shorten this. I guess I will. This is just the one more thing. It takes a little bit extra time, but it will save. Theoretically, it could save a little bit of money. 12 by 12 by 12. This box is like kind of the maximum size that you can ship USPS without incurring extra fees. So I want it to be a little smaller than 12 by 12 by 12 if possible. All right, tape. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but I'm going to put wrap on this. So I think the deal is the vintage Pyrex is much easier, much more difficult to break, and the more modern Pyrex is a little easier. So I think this is to be considered the modern Pyrex, and I don't want it to break. I mean, you can see how much it's chipped already. I guess you can't see it, but hopefully the buyer did see that. Okay, masking tape, tighten it up. Okay, come on, we gotta get done here. How long have we been going? Like, probably only been like 9 minutes, 7 minutes. Okay, paper. I need to put quite a bit of paper in here. Ugh. Good. I'm not going to print labels for these now. I'm just going to get them packed and ready to go, and then I'll do the labels and stuff later, because I think there's a good chance we'll be getting more orders today. It's pretty early. I think it's only like 11:30, but I did, like I said, I slept. I lazed around a lot this morning, so I want to get as much accomplished today as I can. I think I need one more small bunch of paper. Probably could actually put a little bit more in here, but we'll call it fine now. Pack it up. Okay. Anybody? Are there any machinists in here? I need a rectangle of metal the same size as this to weigh this thing down. I don't know where to get that. So if you know, tell me. Leave a note in the comments to tell me where I can go to buy metal in the custom size I need it to be. All right, Pyrex. That's kind of heavy. 6 pounds, 12 by 12 by 10. And who's it going to? LM. This box feels sketchy, but I think it's going to be okay. All right, next up, final thing we're going to do today, or for now, maybe we'll come back later for some more, is this Super Mario Galaxy. I just listed this last night. It doesn't have the manual and it's a little bit scratched up on the bottom, so I priced it pretty low, $12 plus shipping. I did not expect it to sell in less than 24 hours, but it's gone. It's going out. I'm just going to put one sheet of cardboard on it to protect it a little bit and put it in this envelope. I usually do a full wrap, but this thing is already kind of damaged, so I don't think it's going to get any more damaged while it's in the mail. So yeah, normally if I'm going to use a bubble mailer, I'll wrap the whole thing in cardboard. A CD or a DVD or whatever, it's going to get wrapped to protect it as much as possible. I don't really think bubble wraps do that good of a job. Mario, very light, 5 ounces, maybe 4. 9 by 9 by 1. Whoops. And this is the one order we've had today. So BV is the buyer. So these all go to Saturday, and then this one goes to Sunday. All right, I'm going to clean up this mess so I can be prepared for whatever next project I come for. And then I'm going to, probably towards the end of this video, I'll buy the labels on these, and then I'll go through my normal rundown of how much profit each one made and how much profit we made total for Saturday and for Sunday. So right now I'm going to lunch. I'll be back in a minute to, I forgot what's next on my list. Oh, to do photos of the things that I was showing you yesterday. So you might not see that whole process, but at least I'll talk about it a little bit. So here we go. So we made it back from lunch, and I actually took a little nap too. So I really wasn't intending that, but I fell asleep while after we finished eating. So now I'm going to as quickly as possible, take photos of the stuff that I brought in yesterday, which is this, these sets of books, these vintage kids, like young adult mystery books, and then all of these cameras, video cameras that are, every single one of them is broken. So they're all getting listed for parts or for repair. I think there's 4 or 5 sets there. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to come back after all of these are have been photographed and stored away in my little inventory system here, and then start working on this bag of Lego minifigures. I got a whole bunch of these. They're mostly Lego Star Wars minifigs. So I'm going to work on getting those listed, and then we'll move on to whatever the next thing is going to be. So here we go. All right, I got all of those listings finished. I took pictures of the 2 lots of books, and then I think 4 cameras, and then a couple of little accessories. So it's like 6, probably like 8 listings finished. It took 45 minutes, which is longer than I expected. But while that was happening, I got a cancellation request for one of those orders that I packed up this morning. And then I got one more sale of the books that I just listed yesterday. So this is a good sale. It's making up for this cancellation. I'm going to go into the kitchen right now, take care of that canceled order, and pack up these books that are going out tomorrow. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to mark off some things off my to-do list. I finished the pizza oven. I've packed these other orders. I've taken the photos. Next thing on the list is supposed to be those Lego minifigs, but we're going to take care of this right now. These are those magazines. I just packed them today. You saw me do it. It's annoying when this kind of thing happens. I don't really understand how you can go through the whole process of buying something, paying for it, getting it ready, choosing it, deciding to buy it, everything. And then 24 hours later say, well, yeah, never mind. I don't want those. So it's only, how much were these? It was only like $20. I've already accepted the cancellation. I've moved it off of my sold spreadsheet list. Really all I have to do is put it away. So I'm leaving them in the box. So if those magazines sell, again, they're all ready to ship. I just have to pull the box out and send it. So, all right, so here's the good news. These books that I just listed yesterday, Christopher Cool, Teen Agent. There's 6 of these. They are from the 60s. I'd never heard of this. This one's 69. This is the first one or the last one? This is the last one, 1969. I never heard of that series. Christopher Cool, but they sold for $120. So that's basically paying for everything that I got from that. Well, I mean, after fees and everything, we're going to be looking at probably $100. Cost of goods, fees, shipping label. We're probably going to bring in 100 and maybe it's only going to be like $89, but everything I bought at that sale was 127 total, including all those broken cameras and all these lots of books. These get as close to covering that expense as one item could. I spent 123 total. There's 6 of these books that were 120 minus fees, probably looking at $89. Then the other set of books that I just took photos of, I think I have those listed for like 600. And then the bigger set, the 3 investigators books, are gonna be like 1,200. And I'm still not sure if I priced these things right. Like, since this sold in only less than 24 hours, it makes me think I probably priced them a little too low. But I'd rather have $100 now than $200 8 months from now. So, or maybe never. So those are going in this box, perfect size for this amount of money. Even though it doesn't really accomplish much except for making the buyer feel good, I'm going to put bubble wrap around it, around these books. Like I say, this isn't going to do anything to protect these books if there's a catastrophic incident. But if the buyer opens it and sees them wrapped, they'll think I took the care to do it. And maybe they will look for me in the future if they want to buy something. So I'm happy to have sold these so quickly. And now I know other things to be looking out for. I knew those 3 investigator books were something. I had my hands on one copy of one of those books, and I was checking the sell-through and the value of it. I was looking for comps, and I got the idea that one book was worth like $150. Unfortunately, the one that I had in my hand was so deteriorated, like it wasn't even, the cover was totally detached from the books. So it was not, I wasn't even gonna mess around with it, but I knew those books had some value. So when I went to this sale 2 days ago, and I saw that whole box of them, 28 editions of that series, I knew I was onto something. I thought I was anyway. So I listed those books just now, 28 books for $1,200, and I don't know if that's right because I have seen comps of a couple of those books that sold just individually on their own for over 800. So it's hard to know what to do when you see so many wide variants in sales value. Like some copies of that book sold for 800, some sold for 100, some sold for like 15 or less. So I don't know what's different about them. In the end, I paid $25 for that box of books, and if I get $1,200 for it, I would feel like that would be a big success. If I get $800 for it, it would be a big success. And maybe I should sell each one individually and try to get a couple $100 each. I just don't know. I just can't tell why one copy is worth that much and another copy is not. So I'm not gonna mess around with it. I'm gonna let somebody. I could do an auction and let the market decide, but I just don't have luck with auctions. I have not in a long time had very good luck with auctions. So every time I think I'm going to try an auction, it turns out to be a failure. So yeah, we'll go ahead and let those books go for $1,200. If they go for $1,200, man, I'll be happy. Okay, right now I am going to just print these labels right now. I'm here doing it, but then when we come back, I'll be working on Lego minifigs. All right, well, I had a plan for these Lego minifigs, that I was going to just take a picture or two of each one and run them through ChatGPT, my custom image search GPT that I have in there, and it was going to tell me exactly how much each of these was worth and how I should list them, titles and everything. I lined some of them up here. I was getting ready to do that, and I just went through the first 2 or 3 of them, and I realized that this wasn't going to work. That the results I'm getting are not even close to the right ones. So running this guy, some kind of a red Star Wars stormtrooper, I think is called the Sith Trooper, and ChatGPT tells me is worth between like $18 and $28, and I only paid $1 a piece for these, so I'd be really happy with that price. But then when I do the eBay search that it suggests, this guy does not come up at all. There's like hundreds and hundreds of listings of somewhat similar, but not exactly the same. So I spent about 45 minutes on each of these I spent an hour and a half total just looking at two of them, trying to find one that looks identical to this and to these two characters. And I didn't get any real results. I found some of this one with a black costume, or like a lot of this one with a black costume, and a couple with this white costume, but with a double-ended lightsaber that were selling pretty well, like $60 to $80 a piece, but I cannot tell for sure if it's the same one. And then I found out there's a company, there are, I guess, multiple companies that make custom characters, minifigs, and it's possible that that's what these are, that they're not official Lego minifigs, which is, I mean, that could be the fact. I don't see any Lego logos on them. There's a Batman. This one seems like it would be official, but I can't find any official logos on the few that I've looked at, so it's hard to know what to do now. So I think I'm going to just lot these up in like 20 pieces of each in each lot, and try to just do an auction on them. Like I was just talking earlier about how auctions never really work out for me, but I just can't see a way to do this. I mean, I can't do this research. I can't be spending 45 minutes to an hour on each one of these trying to just find one example of one that looks the same. So I think I'll do that, but I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to put these aside right now, put them back in this paper bag, and I'm going to come back to this another day. So part of my to-do list is now out the window because these are too complicated. But I do think there's still money here. I see these lots of, 10 or 20 or more of these characters selling for hundreds of dollars. And I think that I'll just put those aside. I'll make auctions starting out at like twice what I paid for them, so there's no chance I'll lose money. Like the starting bid will be, if I put 20 of them together, I paid $1 each, so the starting bid would be like $40. And hopefully we get some people to bid on them and they would go up in price. So instead, I changed my plan and I went out to the car and I brought in some of these boat props. So this is what I got from the auction the other day. This is really what I drove out of town to pick up. And I got a ton of these. I think I got 27 of these I have two right here that I brought in. I paid like $170 for 20 some of them, and some like repair manuals. So the repair manuals will be their own thing. That's going to take a while to get through. The good thing about these, as compared to those Lego pieces, is that they all have, you won't be able to see it, but there's numbers on each one that identifies what it is. The boat, the company and the model and all of the information that anybody would need to know to buy these. So I've got these two ready to take pictures of and get listed. And then I guess I'll just slowly go through all the rest of them that are in my car. There's, like I said, it's either 23 or 27. I think I got 27 of them. They turned out to be like $6.60 a piece, something like that. So there's not an incredible amount of history of sales on these things, but the ones that have sold for much more than I'm going to try to sell them for. Like mostly they're selling around like $90 to $100. Then there's brand new ones that sell for way more, $200, $220, just of these two that I looked at. So I think I'm going to just do like 45 or 50 on these and try to just move them because they're pretty beat up. Like this is the whole reason they're getting rid of these. They were at a boat repair shop that was selling off all this stuff. The good thing is that they are pure aluminum. They're like 100% aluminum. There's no spare parts or any plastic stuff or anything like that. So if I'm not able to sell them, I'm just going to be able to take them to a junkyard and recycle them. So, okay, I'm going to cut the camera. I'm going to take the photos of these and get them listed tonight. and then I'm going to go in the other room. We had four more sales come in tonight, so those all need to get packed. It's already, I mean, it's getting late. I've been taking breaks on and off throughout the day, and I spent quite a long time on those, on trying to research those minifigs. So it's getting a little bit later than I would like. It's almost 8. Maybe I will do 1 box of inventory. That's a maybe. So stick around. We'll see what we come up with. All right, I got those 2 boat propellers listed. And also I listed one of the hot roller sets that I was working on a couple of nights ago. I don't want to list all those at once, so I'm spreading those out. I don't want my shop to just be overloaded with hot rollers. So I pulled these 4 items. These are the sales that came in since the last time we packed. So we're going to be packing up some more things tonight. Let's just start right away over here. This is a little, it's called a dial-a-pick. You might have been used to seeing these on like a diner cash register counter. It's just a little thing. You put toothpicks in there, dispense them on the way out. When you're leaving the store, you're leaving the restaurant, get yourself a toothpick. This came, I don't remember where this came from. Let's find out. From a garage sale. I don't remember that. I paid $2 for it, and I sold it for $22.99 plus shipping. This is gonna get packed up safely in this little box. I'm gonna pack it up tight with paper. Go ahead and put this flap on the inside so that we don't have to worry about covering it. And then, I think we're about out of tape. This might run out before we're done here. I don't know how much tape I've got left. I don't really want to have to restock on tape, but if I have to, I have to. This has labels on both sides, so we're gonna have to cover these. Oops. Trying to remember what came in this box. Oh yeah, button making parts. Which reminds me, I made some buttons featuring my store logo and my puppy, my little dog Pineapple, who sometimes appears in these videos. He usually pops in. I think he's actually down here somewhere hiding out. There was supposed to be storms tonight, and I don't think, it was like 25% chance of storms in this neighborhood, so I don't think it's probably coming. But he still came down here, and I think he's hiding in his little room. We made a special room for him to go to when the weather is bad, because he doesn't like the thunder and lightning. All right, this is a toothpick holder. Get this out of the way. 1 pound, 1 ounce. Why can't it be 1 pound even? I'm gonna go ahead and say it is 1 pound even. And it's 7 by 7 by 7. It's going to AP in California. So get that out of the way. I did print labels and put them on all these other ones I packed up earlier. All right, I sold this other Super Mario Galaxy. I only listed those last night and they both sold already. So here's a little scrap of cardboard. I'm gonna wrap this with a little bit and pull it tight. Just to make this a little safer. This is the one that was complete, has the game manual and everything, so I sold it a little bit higher, but I'm suspecting that I should have priced these up a little bit since they sold so quickly. I only paid $1 for them. The one I sold this morning was what, $12.99 or $11.99? This one, $22.99? No, that's the toothpick thing. This one, $14.99 plus shipping, so 15 bucks. Like I said, paid $1 for it. I thought both of these, the condition was a little bit rougher than I would have liked. So I priced them kind of low, but I didn't think I priced them that low. But they sold quickly. Both of them gone in one day. Just unusual. Okay, Mario weighs 4 ounces. I feel like the other one was 5 ounces. 9 by 9 by 1, and it's going to MB. I'm gonna make sure this is the right one, and I'm not looking at, no, this one says complete, so that's the right one. Okay, next up. This is a VCR head cleaner. I just did some inventory a couple of nights ago and I relisted this. It's been listed since, what, October of 2024, so not quite a year, but getting pretty close to it. And no interest whatsoever. And then I ended it and relisted it, and then here we go, it sold just like two days later. So anybody tells you ending and relisting doesn't work, which is what I thought a few months ago, they're wrong. It definitely works. I mean, it doesn't work for every listing, but while I've been doing this inventory project, I can't tell you how many things I've relisted and then they sold just a day or two later, or even the same day. Like in some instances, they've sold before I've even finished making a video. So I've relisted it press stop on the camera and then the thing sold. Can't even, I think that was a camera that sold like that a couple of days ago. So in every instance, it's been something where I thought maybe I should just get rid of this. It's only $10. Like I only have this thing listed for $9.99. Should I just dump it or go ahead and hit that sell similar button? And when I have done it, I've made sales. So I'm gonna keep doing that. I didn't have doing inventory on my agenda today. There's the end of that tape. I didn't have inventory on the agenda, but we are almost done with this packing. So I might just finish this packing and then go ahead and grab a box and inventory it, make sure everything that's in there is right. I think that's probably not a bad idea. Right now it's just after 8:30. I don't know what time it is. I don't have a clock right now. I left my watch upstairs. So I guess we have time. 1 pound even, 13, 11 by 3. I'm gonna use a box just like this for these magazines coming up next. This has the VCR thing in it, and it's going to DW in Massachusetts. So get that out of the way. All right, final thing here is 11 magazines. These are unsolved UFO sighting magazines from the 90s, sometime in the 90s when the X-Files was popular. I think that these magazines were popping up like crazy in that decade. I got a bunch of these for a pretty decent price. Like, how much did I pay? There's 11 of these here. I've got $3.96 for all 11 of them. And they sold for $50.39. So again, must have been an offer. I don't recall sending an offer on these, but there's a lot of things I don't recall. So $50. I spent 4 on them, sold them for $50. It's been quite a while. This is all the way back in February. They came from a small, just like a weird thrift store I've never been to. I've never been back either. That just said, it just was called Thrift. Had no real name. Just had a giant sign said Thrift. And the guy, I was counting out how many. He told me $1 a piece. I was counting these magazines, and before I finished counting them, he was just like, just take them all for 20. I don't want to be. I guess he didn't want to waste time listening to me count out loud. So I haven't sold a lot of those. I think this is like the 4th or 5th of those I've sold. I just bundled them up with similar titles. These are all the same title. Unsolved UFO Sightings magazine. Pretty specific. Okay, let's get some more paper in here. You know, magazines cannot go media mail, which is, I mean, it's okay. There's Pineapple. Come here, bud. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? I've got these. This is the box of Hardy Boys books. I'm about to move to a new location. They're taking up too much space where they've been, so I'm gonna move them to the other room after this. Okay, this one. This is it. Just these four orders. I guess that's it. So I'm gonna buy labels for these. I'm gonna come back and do a box of inventory, and then I'm gonna tell you about profits. I'm gonna save that for the very end of the video. So stick around to the end, and I'll tell you exactly how much money we made today and yesterday. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be about 150 or 130 each day. So let's find out. But not till the end. Okay, I pulled this one box, W3B. I took everything out of it and laid it out here. We'll go to our active listings and search for W3B. That's should just be in the custom SKU field and should come up here. And here it is. So this says there are only 10 items in here. I see there's a bunch of clothes, at least a few pieces of clothes. So I'm going to try to move those into one of these bins, at least one, maybe more, because I'm trying to not put clothes in any of these bankers boxes anymore. But let's go through here. Okay, Gibson greeting cards. We saw some of these yesterday. I think this one is a set of 8. One of them was complete and one of them was not. I can't remember which was which, but I'm going to lower the price on this. I don't think lowering the price is going to help find the person who wants it, so I'm going to leave it alone. $24.99. That's been listed for a long time, I think, but I'm going to stick with it. Since January it's been listed. Okay, Adidas tracksuit is here. I have this listed for $102 since January. Let's drop it down to $89.99. I paid, what did I pay for this? $3.57, so pretty cheap. Now I'm trying to figure out which of these bins might have some room in it. I think it's gonna be this one. No, this one, T3, maybe. I'm putting it right over on this chair. I think this one has some space in it. Yeah, it's pretty It's pretty jammed up, but because the stuff that's in here is big. But what did I say it was? T3? Yeah. So I'll move this right now to T3. I'm not going to take the time to put it in there nicely right now. I'm just going to get it done. And there it goes, T3. Tomy football, is that this? Yeah. This is a football game, little wind up characters. That hasn't been listed that long, so I'll leave that as it is. Dremel. Here's a Dremel tool. This one, it's in the package, but it's not new. Unfortunately, I thought it was new. I haven't had this listed very long, so I'm going to leave that alone too. Pair of jeans, number 76. These are ACU distressed blue jeans, men's size. Change the location here to T3. This has been, I've had these since, well, looks like it was long enough ago that I didn't put the year in, so that's probably 2023. I'm going to assume it's 2023. I just had 821 in here, which it could be 2024. I just forgot to put it in. I'm not sure. Anyway, I have them listed for $45. I paid $4.40 for them. Let's lower it to $39. Let's lower it to $34.99 and see if somebody will buy these. I don't know if this brand is sought after. Seems like it probably isn't. I've had them forever. ACOO. A-K-O-O. I never heard of it before. Okay, Columbia PFG. This is supposed to be a brand that people want. Columbia, I think it's Performance Fishing Gear is what it stands for. This one I for sure have had since 2023, since December. And I think the earliest stuff where I have in here is December 2023. So I'm going to go back and change that other one to 2024 because it can't be August of 2023. This is only listed for $12.99. I'm gonna go all the way down to $9.99. It's been listed for 2 years. I paid $3.50 for it, and I'm gonna move it to T3. That T stands for tote. If you're having a hard time figuring out my naming conventions. Okay, BKYS. I don't know anything about this brand, but I bought it, and I got this in June of 2024, so over a year ago. I have it listed for $30. Seems like if it was gonna sell, a nice sweatshirt, it should sell for $30, but it's been sitting. I paid $6 for it. I'm lowering this to $24.99. It has like this weird sort of hip hop rabbit, like with dead eyes. I don't know what BKYS stands for, but it's in the bin now. Okay, next up, this little timer. Dalton timer. This is $15.99. It's been listed not quite a year. Let's go down to $12.99. I paid $3 for it at the Salvation Army. Put it back in the box. Okay, goodie. This is a cushioned oval palm brush. I have this for $20. This has been listed for about the same as the last one, November of 2024. I have it for $19.99. I'm making it $12.99. Putting it back in the bin. And then the last thing here, nothing is missing out of this bin or nothing that's not listed, so that's good. These I just listed shortly ago, like maybe a month ago, all of these pantyhose, but I should have wrapped them up because I don't want to make the mistake of not sending them all, which I have made that kind of an error in the past, not with pantyhose for sure, but I did that one other time with books, where I was supposed to send 5 books and I only sent 4. So now I'm basically anything that's going together in a bundle is getting bundled together. Okay, so they're there. That's it. That box is done. I'll put that back in a minute. First I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to end all of these. Make sure there's nothing ended already. I'm going to end all of these and relist them. And shoot, I pressed the wrong button. I accidentally pressed change all to auction, which I absolutely do not want to do. Actions, end listings. Okay, those are ended. I forgot how many it was, 10? This says 6 listings were successfully ended, but it had to be more than that. I don't know. There's definitely more than 6 items in this box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go back to T3 and find the clothes that I just put in there, which is this Adidas thing, these ACU jeans, this Columbia PFG. Was there something else? Oh yeah, BKYS. I think it was just 4 items. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there were 10 in there total. So we'll end these 4 right now. actions, end listings, 4 listings. So end those and then go back. I'm going to go back later and relist these after hours. I'm going to go upstairs when I'm finished here and turn the TV on and chill out because it's been a long day. I think I've been down here off and on since about 10:30 and it's 9 p.m. now, so 10 a.m. this morning. I haven't been spending the whole day here. It's probably, I was working a little, taking a break, working a little, taking a break. So let's go back to the spreadsheet. I'm going to go through everything that sold today and yesterday and tell you how much money we made on them. But some of the stuff seems wrong. No, that's right. Okay. From September 20th, I sold that little Moomin, that little plush. It looks like a hippo. I'm not sure what it is. I sold that and I earned $11.44 for it. The travel Scrabble, this is all stuff from the early part of the video, so I hope you can remember it. Travel Scrabble sold for $7.79 profit. The pizza oven, the very first thing we talked about this morning, sold for $260. I spent $80 on it and the fees were $32.62 and then almost $30 for shipping. So we're looking at $125.46 profit. So not too bad. That only was listed since the 10th and today's the 21st. So less than 2 weeks that sold and I earned $125 on it. So I'm happy about that. Then the 2 Pyrex measuring bowls, one had some cracks on it, $22.25 profit. So that's everything that we sold yesterday. So that adds up to $166.94. So we're shooting for 190 to 200 every day for the rest of the year, and we're close. I mean, that's close, but we're not quite there. So if this trend keeps up, 160 will be pretty good, and then we'll definitely be doing better in November and December. So we might, I don't want to get too hopeful, but I think it's very possible we might get to the $50,000 goal that I have for this year. Even though I've been feeling like we're definitely not going to get there for most of the year, I think it's possible we could get there now. But don't get too excited. Might not happen. Okay, then first thing this morning, I sold the one Super Nintendo Galaxy game. That earned $7.84. I only paid $1 for it. Next up, the Christopher Cool Teen Agent, a lot of 6 hardcover books. Sold for $120 after cost of goods and fees and shipping. We're down to $95.58. I just bought those 2 days ago, listed them yesterday, sold already. That's pretty good. I spent $123 on everything I bought at that sale, and I'm already at $95.58. So not too long, we'll be broken even on that sale, and then we'll just be looking at pure profit. Okay, the VCR VHS head cleaning tape that we just sold, that we just packed up a minute ago, only earned $6.65, and it only took 11 months to do that, so $6. It's fine. The Dial-A-Pick, the little toothpick dispenser, $16.49. The second Super Mario Galaxy earned $10.98, and then finally those 11 UFO magazines brought home $38.12. So eBay fees were kind of high on that. Shipping costs were kind of high on that too. And we're down to $38.12. So today's profit, it is 9:11 right now. We've got a few more hours until the technical end of the day, which comes at 2 a.m. So right now we're at $175.66. So we might get, I would not be surprised if we get 2 more sales or 1 more before the night is over. If they do come in, I'll pack them up and then I'll put them in my community post on YouTube so you can see everything that got shipped, even if I didn't record the packing of it. So $175.66 is pretty good. We're pretty close to the 190 threshold, the goal that we're trying to get to. So I'm happy with this day. It's been profitable for me. Average profit per day for the month of September. What's the date? 21st. We still have a few more days, a week and a couple of days. So this number could go up, could go down, we don't know. But the average profit per day during September, $165.04. And then the average profit per sale, $33.67. So that's not too bad. It's been a long day, and I think we definitely earned $175. Okay, so I started out pretty down this morning about just feeling burned out on this eBay stuff. And I'm not feeling that much more rested today because I spent most of the day working. So all through the week, I'm going to just be packing stuff and then trying to get a couple of things listed each night. And hopefully I'll get through this funk, because as we get closer to the end of the year, that $50,000 goal does feel a little bit more possible. And if we can get that, then that tells me we can get more next year. So, all right, that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.